What's up, Tooch?
What's good, Mo?
Let's go with the Miami Heat, bro.
Huh?
Let's go with the Miami Heat, bro.
I don't know, man. It's still early, man. I wish we can tank, to be honest.
That's how I'm feeling as a Wizards fan, to be honest with you.
Take for Zion.
Yep.
Or the other guy.
Something.
Yo, I'd rather have the European guy than Zion right now. Guy on the maps.
No way.
The dude on the maps, Doncic or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Doncic. I mean, he's good, yeah, but Williamson's got like fucking.
Bro, I'm with Tucci here. I don't know what his game's gonna translate in the NBA. Like, I think Zion's gonna be he's gonna be a pretty good player, but I don't think he's gonna be great or anything.
He just needs to be more polished, man. Shit'll come with age.
I don't know. I think
You never see a basketball player get worse.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying. These comparisons to LeBron are a little premature.
I'm on the hard tear. Me and Trey are in the same Wait, never mind.
Hey, somebody do me a favor. Take my screen off my Facebook page and put it on the group. My shit's slowing up. I had to cancel the other one because it took so long.
Damn, who did that? Yeah, they would have wanted to do it. I guess you were in charge.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
You got Tyreek Hill.
Green 39. Green 39.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. It'll go as a game.
I'm doing the sprint right now, so I can't see if you're in here. Is Terrence in the party or in the neighborhood?
How they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame.
Yeah, I'm looking at my
That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And we'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
They just pressing that bitch. Oh, let me get this animation real quick. I don't even have it. It's just pressing.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Williams. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Mahomes now to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Mahomes. He's going to go for a big play down, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
0-2. Oh, fine. I was about to just
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll go as a loss of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Hey, Lonzo Ball's about to become a wizard. I think we'll trade John Wall.
Brissett. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Man, that boy 0-5. Tennessee Titans. I mean, Texas. I thought dude was good.
end zone now. Brissett. And incomplete. He dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
On second down, Brissett again. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. And they'll go on the ground. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
So I'll take my 3 points and go for it.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy! Flex round! Flex round! Nowhere, 22, go nowhere.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Mahomes going to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. On first down. From the gun, here's Brissett. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, a 22. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
To throw, Brissett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Play action now. Brissett. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Hunt gets it on the draw from Mahomes. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st down, Mahomes throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. The Cowboys got it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And again, it's Mahomes. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brissett sets to throw it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10.
Blue 45. Blue 45. Left.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And he'll bang that one through. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And this is incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Reggie Ragland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. Only 3 down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On third down, that's Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now it's Hunt. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ready, blue 45.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
4 down. Check.
Mahomes now to throw. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. Butker now to add the extra point. The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brissett on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. On first and 10, Brissett. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 49. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown. Been a bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Out of the gun, Brissett. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch. But you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On play action, Brissett. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be fourth down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
Yeah, I'm getting on.
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Mahomes will try again on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Conley. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Just tired as hell.
Fielded at about the 28.
Sure,
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Man, this team bad, bro.
First down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Bro, they trash.
Here's Brissett. This is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up here by Anthony Hitchens. And to the 40-yard line.
Oh, no, man. This ain't got no O-line, no nothing, bro. Every time he's dropping
I
back,
just
I'm
had to
getting
double-check my
fucking
math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Hunt. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
Now here's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto
every
the
time
field.
I'm dropping back, I feel the
just
pressure. I
any
ain't even looking at the
interception.
TV and I
Are you
feel
more
it.
cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So this helps to start the drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they haven't earned much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this again?
Loser.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball
That shit on
now a
all
chance to make that
game,
encroachment
dog.
penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. From the shotgun, it's Bassett. Able to get away. He can't get away forever, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing. Brissett. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the quick pressure.
He's going to be taken down. They sack him back around the 44. The Broncos in a hurry up, trying to get to their positions and get set quickly.
So fast, dog. How the fuck?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to go down again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Someone open the garage next to me.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Let me know when you guys are.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And going deep for Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team. Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, what a great great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Kansas City, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah,